animal rides, submarine, animal said nap, animal take nap, Kermit replied chicken.
Kariee came into the family when I was probably about 8 years old. I think early on, by the time she was about 2 or 3, we realized that, hey, she had some special needs. But in a lot of ways, she was just a normal kid. As a young adult, she was in several programs. She was specifically in a program that I remember in Minnesota prior to Foothills, and that did not turn out too well. I ended up having to go, and I had power of attorney. I had to go and basically go get her from Minnesota and bring her back to Colorado. It was shortly after that we found the program at Foothills, and I'll tell you, it's been amazing. Foothills was the program for Kariee.
In 2008, I applied for a job in the day program through Foothills Gateway, and I loved it. It was my niche, and that's where I first met Kariee. And then I switched over to residential, and I worked with Kariee for about 7 years. And then 2 years ago, I decided to try living with Kariee. What makes a home?
Sticking together on good days and bad. Christy understands the way that I think.
So Kariee came into our services, I believe it was 1997. I can remember being in an office with a bunch of people brainstorming about what we could do to help Kariee meet her needs. And I reached out to Christy, and randomly Christy was available. And we were so fortunate, Kariee was so fortunate. And it's the best thing that's ever happened.
I was actually really excited when Judy reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to host home Kariee.
Christy is nice.
When I reconnected with her and met Christy, I was just amazed at the growth that she had taken. And just recently I had her down to my house. We celebrated her 48th birthday. She interacted with all my kids like they were just her, what they were, her nieces and nephews, and it was just great.
When Foothills switched to person-centered, that was the best training I ever took. It leaves room, for people to be people, I think.
I walk every day a couple times. We're taking a trip in September, and I'm worried about the packing and the routine.
Routine is important for her, but also so is growing, and so it's bringing the routine on the trips. It's making an effort to still provide that stability for her, but giving room for flexibility.
Kariee has learned to be flexible and to try new things. Way back in the day, I couldn't get her to leave the house. And now she's going kayaking, and she's in yoga classes, and she's reading to her new pet rabbit. It's amazing to see her successes. If a placement works, it's because we've done really good matching, and both the person receiving services and the provider are willing to give and take. And Kariee learned how to do that. She's learned how to fit into Christy's household, and Christy is focused on Kariee, not her own needs.
I feel like without residential, people wouldn't have the choice to find homes where they actually connect and they belong.
It allows them to be independent. And without a place like Foothills, I don't see that independence really happening. And so I think that's the difference between Foothills, is that it's not just, okay, here you are, we're gonna give you, 3 meals a day and say hi to you every once in a while. We're gonna actually, give you a life.
I don't want to imagine a community without Foothills.